Welcome to Crowning Around, where every woman wears a crown, whether she's 17 or 70. I'm Joan Caliendo, and this is the space where magic happens when women empower women. Each week, we'll dig into topics like ageism, stepping into your power, and everything in between. And today, we're kicking it all off with a queen in her own right. Me, Ms. New York Senior America.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 15, our Valentine's Day edition, where we're feeling nothing but the love. Because once again, I am here with a Carl Place alum who goes by the name Fat J, and that is his comedic stage name. And we're going to get to know him and his experiences in the Hamlet and how we got to being back here together, how we reconnected in this very, very studio. So it's a love fest. Stay tight. Here we go. We're going to start with a little background story on Fat J. So he comes to us from Carl Place, but he's been a stand-up comic now since 2017. And on his new tour, Blimpin Ain't Easy, check the t-shirt, it's got the merch, he's showing it. He's been headlining at places like Governor's and out in Smithtown and in Atlantic City, and he's killing it. So we happened to meet here again, here at the studio, and we reconnected, and we're going to have a great show ahead of us. And where does all this comedy come from, and where is it born of? And that's what we're going to be exploring this evening. So please welcome Fat J. And here's a little clip to introduce you to the work that he does on stage. Enjoy.
My nephew, 8 years old, begged me, broke my balls to take him to Adventureland all summer long. I told him we'd go in September when it cooled off. We went on that Thursday, it was 97 degrees. Sweating like a pedophile on a playground. We're there 5 minutes on the first ride, this little shit. Uncle Jay, how come we always get the bumper car that doesn't move?
That's a little tease. Bobby, if you could put up the headshot, which gives us a little context of the Blimpin Ain't Easy tour. That's a good shot. I like that. I like that with
Pay
the
good
brick.
money for those, you know?
Was it edited? I like it.
Of course.
It looks good. No, I like the angle. I like the way you look. It looks like Def Comedy Jam. You remember that back in the day?
That's why I wanted to do comedy.
That was some good stuff.
Yeah.
That was some really, really good stuff. So here we are together again. Jay happened to be here one afternoon connecting with Bobby, my producer, and I walked outside and we just started to relive 1995 all over again. The good, the bad, and the ugly, and how we got to this spot. So we're going to start with our Queen's Court by asking the obvious questions. You grew up in the Hamlet. Carl Place is 1 mile square. Love their athletics. 1995 was a banner year for sports at Carl Place. Undefeated football, everything.
I took no part of those athletics except the tennis team, but we'll talk about that later.
We're gonna find out why he joined the tennis team in a few minutes. Incredible scholars, top of the line schools. These kids graduated and went to top of the line schools again.
Not me.
Not you. Okay, but here's where we get to the question. In a district that praised athletics and really took some great value with academics, but had very limited diversity. Very, very small town, not a lot of diversity at all. My question to you is, how did you fit in?
Tried to fit in any way you can. Obviously, I was the fat kid, so I got made fun of. But yeah, you just gotta roll with the punches, have a comeback, and keep it moving. It's hard. It's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, kids these days, they don't have an out because they're stuck on that phone, and the
True.
bullying continues.
True.
I just stuck with my friends and kept it moving,
So how did you address that? Being teased is one thing, being bullied is another thing.
I don't know if it was bullied.
Yeah,
it
tell
wasn't.
us.
I mean, I guess it was more teasing,
Yeah.
Like my mom was the bus driver too, so that was just horrible. It's like it was just all bad.
Okay, but you overcame it. How?
But yeah, it just all that made me who I am today.
Agree.
So I just don't care. Because
Okay.
what are you going to say that's going to affect me? Like, I grew up with kids that, like, made it super hard, so.
They made it super hard, but the people that are listening want to know, because there were no phones, which makes it worse now, right? The kids go on their
without a
phone
doubt.
and they cyberbully all day.
Yep.
You found an outlet. I'm going to say the tennis team.
The tennis team, yep. To take my anger out. To get beat by every Asian kid on Long Island just to play tennis with you one time.
So tell them the story.
So, yeah, you try to fit in any way you can, you know? So, obviously, she was the hottest teacher in our school at the time. Probably, I'd run her up against the teams now, the teachers now, I'm sure.
Top 10.
Absolutely. So, she was a cheerleader.
Yes.
You were a cheerleader. So,
Yes.
everyone knew, you know, you were young. You were
Yes.
younger than most
was
of the
young.
teachers at the time.
Yes.
So, all the guys were like, if you get her on that double, they had the school teacher-student doubles tennis thing.
Yeah.
They were like, if we could get her on a team, she's showing up in a tennis skirt. So they were like, who's going to do it? So I was like, I'll do it. Let me get and then you've played, I'm sure, in that thing before.
I won.
Okay, so you've played
With
in that
Mr.
before.
Vincelette, I won.
And there was nobody there, but when we played, the place was packed
It was
out.
crowded. It was standing room
Packed
only.
out. Everyone was lined
Yeah.
up. They couldn't believe it.
People were
I don't know if they
cheering.
were shocked that I was playing tennis or
I
you
think
were
it
in
was
the tennis
you.
skirt.
I think
you
it
know?
was you.
But either way, I felt good for the day. You know, I went home and looked like a hero.
You did. Now, here's another thing you need to understand. I taught Jay in the 9th grade. So back in that time period, it was a class called Global Studies, right? And it culminated in a Regents exam in the 10th grade. You know, you're learning about these foreign countries, no American history whatsoever. And it was a chore to get this across to kids. So you had to keep them busy and hopping and interested. So I quizzed them every day. I came in on Friday with games, which we're going to get to in the second half of the show. But you think that he sat in the back and he was quiet and being, you know, like himself in a comedic way? What do you remember how you behaved back in the day?
Yeah, of
Okay,
course.
share.
The same way I do now. Tried
Which
to get Dave Catalano to do Fire Marshal Bill because that used to make me laugh and that
Yes.
was hysterical.
Yes, Dave. Oh, Dave.
Yeah, we're just trying to be funny. Always trying to be funny.
Right.
Because I was always in a good mood.
You were.
Yeah, I
You
was
were.
always
You
in
were
a
in a
good
good
mood.
mood. Yeah, you were happy to walk into the room. You were
Yeah.
happy. Yeah, I can't complain.
And by the way, I've used none of that global studies.
Zero.
I'm 48 years old, graduated in 95, used none of it. We talked about the ancient Egypt,
Yes,
the pyramids. I
see?
used none of it.
See,
None
but
of
he
it.
remembers. Okay.
None of it.
Worldly. So here's another question I wanted you to understand and answer. I put a quote down and I want you to react to it because it's from the famous Robin Williams, right? So I don't know if he's one of your favorites, but he's a respected comic. So comedy can be cathartic and it can be a way to deal with personal trauma. What, when you look back, would you have changed and what made you who you are today? So maybe discuss a little bit about what was going on at home and how you kind of found comedy as an
So
outlet.
my parents were drug addicts, and that was hidden, obviously.
I had no idea.
Small town, you know, you have to try to keep that hidden. But
Yeah.
why did I live with my grandparents? Obviously, mom wasn't the best, you know. But yeah, you try to hide. If I could change anything, I
Yeah.
want to be a rich kid. I want to be the silver spooner, man.
Okay.
I would love to see what that's like. Because although I'm screwed up, those kids are just as screwed up. But I guess it's easier and funner with money, you know.
Well, you have better things.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah,
You have better things. Bigger toys.
yeah. I'd like bigger toys.
Okay, I get it.
So, and maybe I'd like to be skinny, you know, coming up.
Let's talk about that in the world that's on every GLP and everybody's on everything. And
I've
what do you
lost
think?
weight recently.
Okay.
So I had a little issue with my butt. It happens when you get, you know, in your mid 40s, late 40s. Sometimes things happen.
Not sure.
So I couldn't eat for a couple days and I lost even more weight
Well,
end of December. So first thing people say, oh my God, which one are you taking?
Yeah,
like,
which
I'm
shot
not
are
taking
you
none
on,
of them.
right?
I'm not a cheater.
You wouldn't do it?
No, I'm not doing it. I went through so many yo-yo diets growing up.
Yeah.
I used to bring Slim Fast to school, and the
remember
kids
Slim
made
Fast.
fun of me for that, you know.
Who's
But,
doing that
like
in high school?
trying to lose weight. Obviously, who wants to be a fat kid? Who wants to be fat? Period.
Right.
But as I've gotten older, I'm okay with it. You know what? I've dated numerous hot women. I've been engaged to 2 hot women.
Okay.
God is good. Thank you. I got the personality, you know. God is
Thank
good.
you.
God
All right.
is good.
Would it change your act? What would you do?
Yeah, I do a lot of fat jokes, but
Yeah.
I'm funny either way, I think, so I could switch it up, you know?
Yeah. Do you joke about Ozempic or Mounjaro?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. I
What-
talk
what are
about
some of your
Lizzo.
lines?
She just lost 862 pounds in 3 days. She's the Barry Bonds of fat people, you know? But yeah,
I've
I'm
seen
all
it. A
about
jelly
that.
roll. You see him?
Yeah. Well, you know, and then you'll get the conspiracy people that, they're clones now. But we won't get into that.
No,
but
no.
if it happens, I'll come back right here and tell you. If
I
I ever
wanna
get
know.
famous like that,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I'm skinny, I'm going to be like, yo, it's the clone. What up?
I want to know, though, if you had that as a high school kid, that ability to lose weight in that manner with a shot or now it's a pill, would you have done it?
Without a doubt.
I know, right? Because your whole psyche and your whole mentality is based on what you look like when you're a teenager, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And back then, like now, if I lost all that weight, I'm gonna have to get like plastic surgery
You
to
are.
cut the front butt off and everything.
Yeah, you got
Like
a lot of
like,
sag.
like who wants to go through that?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Like guys are making fun of women for BBLs. Like, oh, what'd you have done? Oh, I had a tummy tuck. Like, who wants to do that? Like, I want all my friends to have to carry the coffin. Like that's the thing. I want them to be like, oh my God, is he gonna fall out? Like I want them to be worried about it.
A team of 16.
16, yes.
Carrying him across. All right, here's the other question then. So you have turned personal, trauma. Like you grew up in a small town where parents weren't getting really divorced and your parents had some addiction issues. Just mom, right?
No, my
Both.
father was a heroin addict. He died in '84 though, so no one really
No
knew
one
of
knew that.
him.
So
as
your
I
mom
got
was
older.
trying to keep you intact the best she could, and your grandparents took over, which were her parents.
Yes.
And I vividly remember your grandfather coming up to school for your defense, whatever you did wrong. And we talked about this, right?
Yes.
Because why? Why do I remember your grandfather?
Because he was like the mayor of Carl Place. He talked with the microphone.
He had the modulator, right?
Yeah.
And he was a sweetheart of a man.
Yep.
But you would sit with them in front of the TV, right?
Oh yeah, the
And
news
watch
was
the
on
news.
constantly.
I know. And that's why he was going to be great at the second half of this show's current events game, because that's all you looked forward to on a Friday was the current events game.
I'm old now, and I'll catch myself throwing on like 10-10 wins, like at least
Really?
once a day, just to hear what's going on.
Beep, 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 beep,
Yeah.
just to get the you're not looking at all the social media and all that stuff.
I can't. I don't.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it
can.
gets very
but
divided.
I don't have time.
I get it. So now when you're at a show and you're performing and you got BLIMPIN ain't easy and you're making jokes and your headline name is Fat J, does anybody yell something out that actually offends you?
No one's ever done that.
No heckler.
No. People like you'll get the moans like oh.
They feel bad?
Yeah, like sometimes they'll like, oh, and I'm like, if you're gonna moan, get up and leave now because it's gonna get worse. Like, but I want them to leave there. Like, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to, like, again, the athletes,
Right.
like you just said, we're talking about 30-year reunions. Most of those people I went to school with don't look like they did when I went to school with them.
No, 30 years is 30
But
years.
you know what? I look exactly the
You
same
do.
as I did.
You do.
So all those ones
do.
that made fun of me that are fat, that were because I was fat, most of them are fat now. Most of their wives are fat with a mustache because most of them married Italian broads from Carl Place.
Hey, watch.
So some of you guys get married chicks with mustaches, but I look like me and some of my friends, we like the people I went to school, like, oof, life took a toll on that guy,
You peaked in high school.
I'm
No,
still
that's
peaking,
what
bro.
happened.
Yeah.
Who was best looking in your class? I don't even remember.
But there was a lot of them. But now they got beer bellies on
Yeah, it
Facebook.
happened. The guys don't have hair.
Yeah. Fat J's looking the same.
And you're looking
pull
good, man.
I have photos from 1994 in my phone. I look exactly the same.
This is exactly what he looked like. Here's the other thing, though. Those people that peaked in high school, right? You see them at the reunions now, and they're uncomfortable.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they know.
Because they're fat and their wives got a mustache. I was dying. We didn't have a 30-year reunion. At least I didn't get invited.
No, I went to the football one because they were undefeated. Yeah, I don't think your grade did.
But yeah, I was dying to go. Like,
Who was your president? The Falvey? The
I don't
Falvey
know.
twins?
No, they were younger. They
Younger.
were a year younger.
Okay, they were very organized. Smart girls.
Yeah.
It's usually the girls. Haran, maybe? Stephanie Haran? No?
No.
No. Okay.
No, I don't know.
All right. You didn't travel in that circle either.
No, I don't know who Stephanie Haran is.
Yeah.
I think she was younger.
Volleyball.
Oh, she's probably younger than me.
Okay. Okay.
By the way, my nephew in that joke, he is going to Call Place now.
Really?
Yeah, he's 10, so he's in like 5th grade.
Oh, going right back to that. Do you live in the Hamlet?
No, I live in Seaford now.
Oh, okay. It was a small town, same kind of mentality,
Yeah.
but not as small.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was good about growing up in a small town?
It was, again, like, I don't know if it's the same now, but like my neighbor from that is still my neighbor. Like, we still talk to him.
That's
My
nice.
neighbor now, I don't even know his name.
Yeah, they watched out for everybody.
Yeah, everyone knew everyone.
Yeah, everybody does know everyone's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a sense of, I grew up in Brooklyn. That was very much the standard. You hung out on the stoop. The moms watched everybody's kids. There was no phones. There was no way to connect, right?
Yeah.
So you kept your eyes out and you paid attention to what was going on in the street. Our place, very similar that way. And, I think the other thing that I'm trying to reach from you and get from you is your comedy born of sadness? Like, was comedy your outlet not to be a sad kid? Because there are overweight kids that are really not happy.
I don't know if maybe it's possible. I
Right.
don't remember, but I was never a miserable kid to begin
this
with.
is what my point is, and I'm
So-
trying to relay that to kids that are struggling with weight.
Yeah, I was never I don't have any depression issues. Like, the one thing is I'm not on any meds or anything like that.
Amazing.
Which is very rare, especially
It's
in comedy.
Very rare.
But mental health is I guess real deal.
Yes.
Maybe I had issues with my mom growing up and all that, but I didn't let that affect me.
And you didn't talk to anybody about that, like social workers or anything like
No,
that?
we didn't have that.
We had a social worker,
We
but
had,
you
but
had
it
to
was
go
very-
volunteer yourself to them.
Yeah, there was very and you didn't want anyone to know.
You didn't.
And you didn't want to be seen with those people.
When the social worker knocks on the door,
Oh.
people are like, not here. No, I know, I get it.
Yeah.
But now the kids walk in the door.
Because that's an excuse to get out of class. I
Hey,
mean,
with their security dog and all of the above, it's gone the other side.
I can only imagine.
Right.
I can only imagine.
And I'm not criticizing or making light of anything, but school has changed dramatically from the 90s to the 2000s.
Dramatically. It's crazy.
And then after COVID, it was even more extreme.
Oh yeah. Oof, I'm sure. Oof.
Everybody was shut in. Now you're like, shot out of a cannon. All right, so this is going to bring us to our first commercial break. And I wanted to start with a little conversation about my new sponsor. So my next guest on the 24th is going to be a financial advisor. So we go from Fat J, headliner, to financial advisor, although I do hear that you work in finance during the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's a little bit of a simpatico right there.
That good Call Place education.
Thank God. You're welcome. So I wanted to talk to you guys, and I'm going to show you a little commercial about Edward Jones Investments, and it really caters towards elder care for people that are planning retirements or, transitioning to live with their children and have estates and money that they need to secure so that it's not a government issue. So take a minute during this commercial break to be introduced to Boris McHale and Edward Jones Investments. And Bobby has walked away, so we're not going to get to that first. So let's continue on with our conversation. So, Bobby, where could he possibly be?
Thank God I had the headphones off.
All right, we're going to move on. Here we go. We're going to take it to real ninth grade stuff. So every day, these kids took a quiz. They came in with their notebooks, no laptops.
No.
right? So you were taking notes, pen
The
and paper.
payphone still worked when I went to that
The
school.
payphone still worked. Oh, people had beepers.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. He's
Bobby's back.
This just in. I wanted to show the first commercial. All right. You know, our audience is hanging on investment opportunities. Okay, so regroup. We're going to show you the little commercial about Edward Jones Investments with Boris McHale. Thank you, Bob.
For seniors and their families seeking clarity, stability, and confidence in their financial future, trusted guidance makes all the difference. Rely on experience that puts your long-term well-being first. Edward Jones, Office of Boris McHale. This segment has been sponsored by the local Edward Jones office of Boris McHale. To schedule a complimentary consultation, call 516-962-2874.
Ever felt stuck with a home that just doesn't feel right anymore? Whether it's that outdated kitchen or the bathroom that needs a refreshed look, Twice as Nice Construction has got you covered. Family owned for over 20 years. Twice as Nice Construction has been providing beautiful new construction and additions and stunning remodels like kitchens and bathrooms. We're not just experts, we offer unbeatable quality and prices to help make your dream come true. Ready to start building your dream home or to give your kitchen and bathroom that much needed makeover? Contact Twice as Nice today and make your dream a reality. Visit twiceasniceremodel.com today for quality you can see and service you can trust. Twice the value, twice the commitment, Twice as Nice.
Okay, welcome back to episode 15. It's a love fest here. It's our Valentine's Day show, and I'm here with a former Carl Place alum, former student, Fat Jay, who is a headliner and a comic and on tour with his Blimpin' Ain't Easy shows. And we're going to get into, some conversations about, really, this is another question I was thinking of when I started to prepare for this. What's off limits when it comes to comedy? Like, we've seen now, all right, we all lived through the Chris Rock smack, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how you felt about that.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a whatever. It didn't hold you back in any which way that you'd be assaulted or cancel cultured or so what's too much? When do you know you're crossing the line?
You know when you're crossing the line.
You
People
feel
know.
it because you feel it from the audience?
Yeah, you could lose them,
Right.
You could hear the gasp in the air. I've worked with people that, staunch Republican comics that people show up and don't know they're staunch Republicans.
Okay.
And they're like, ooh. And then they get up and leave,
Oh.
But yeah, it happens.
Okay. And hecklers, not a problem?
There's never, you never really get too many hecklers. The clubs have security,
Okay.
You'll get some people that are drunk. I've never really had any issues with it.
Okay. I don't think they're storming the stage to tackle you.
Yeah, like let's wrestle the fat guy,
They're doing that.
I wish, I have a lot of anger to get out. Why not?
Why not? And is it anything too soon? Like when there's stuff political or anything?
I did a private show Super Bowl Sunday, and
you
we
did?
have the Samantha Guthrie thing happening. The
Oh,
kidnapping.
the Savannah, yeah,
Savannah Guthrie.
Yeah.
So I made a joke. I was like, my aunt, my aunt's one of those old school Italians that, if you be careful with my car, if you crash, they'll take my house.
Yeah.
So I give the context of that's how she still thinks.
Yeah.
So she's like, Jay, you got to be careful with this Samantha. They're kidnapping the family. I'm like, I'm performing in front of someone's basement on Super Bowl Sunday. You're good for at least another month. Don't worry.
And people went,
If they laughed.
They
Everyone laughed. But yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I'm asking the expert.
Sometimes, you'll get
like
people.
if there's a tragedy, some comics jump on
in the
that.
comedy clubs, sometimes when you do something like that, people will yell out too soon.
Too soon,
Yeah.
right? So if death or tragedy.
I've
What
seen
about race and things like that?
I don't. I play. I do a joke that weed is legal, but I'm a loyal customer, so I still buy my weed from black guys because I ain't scared of them. And when there's I perform on Long Island, sometimes half the crowd's black, Spanish. Sometimes
Right.
there's two couples. If there's two couples, I look right at the black guys. I'm not. It's a joke.
It's a joke. I know, but people are sensitive now.
They are,
It's
but
not the same.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
You haven't felt it.
No,
right.
I
So you
haven't.
roll with it. This is my shtick, and this is what I'm going with. And
But I also wear a mink coat on stage too, so
That's a
I always
look.
was, I was always a little
flamboyant.
different,
Yeah, you're a
so
little flamboyant.
I fit in, so
Now, do you ever target anybody in the front?
No, I don't. I'm making fun of myself.
Most of the time, right?
Crowd work is a big thing now. A lot of people are getting famous doing crowd work videos. I don't do that. Clubs don't really like that.
Really?
But at the end of the day, they're paying customers.
Right, and they're
So-
buying drinks, which makes them more money, right?
And then you get a lady that's offended because you called her fat or something.
Yeah.
And the power of the internet, they got 14 Yelp reviews. 6 of her friends made a Yelp review.
Right.
And now that club fat shames people. The people don't want to go there.
Oh, see?
And you'll see it now when you, like, I stay sometimes by the entrance and you'll watch people, I don't want to sit by the front. I don't want to sit by the front.
I was that person. I always felt I was going to get picked on.
Yeah, but the young kids, they're like, put me up front. They want
Bring it.
Yeah, they want it.
Yeah.
But I don't I'm making fun of myself. I'm trying to make you laugh on
On your account.
yeah. So I don't really,
All right.
but I've made fun of people. Yeah.
All right, but it's not part of the shtick of your
Yeah.
act.
No, that's
Okay.
not really my thing.
How's about if you had to pick top 5 comics? Who's on your list?
Oh, that's a tough one. Paul Mooney's one of them. He's number 1. He was killer. I was a big fan of this white guy that used to perform on Def Comedy Jam, Honest John. And he was, I wanted to do that.
Really?
So when I work, sometimes they call them urban rooms. And,
Okay. In Manhattan, in the city?
No, Long
here?
Island,
Okay.
The headliner's a black guy. So black people come out and they love me. And yeah, that's
'Cause
the
you're
best
real.
part. Yeah.
You're real.
That's, yeah.
That's
And
what it is.
So those two, Dave Attell, there's so many. I mean,
You like Kevin Hart?
no, he's corny.
He's corny.
No.
See, he makes me laugh because he laughs at his own jokes.
Cat Williams is, I think, better than
Gary
Kevin Hart.
Owen,
Eh,
he picks people out of the audience
Yeah.
and does his whole spiel.
like
based on that.
I met Michael Rappaport. I grew
Yeah.
up, Michael Rappaport in the 90s was in all the Hood movies. He was the white guy in the Hood
he was
movies.
the white Jewish kid. in
And now
all the
he's
movies.
a big Jewish advocate, whatever.
Yeah, he's on
talking
Bravo. He's on
politics, yeah.
Traders. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
So,
Michael.
but yeah,
Rappaport.
you meet those guys and it's like, wow, it's like this is real.
So how do you go from headlining out here to taking it to? I mean, you've been to Atlantic City, maybe Vegas, or going west. How do you do that?
So there is no way.
There's
I mean,
no magic formula.
I wish I had the formula. You want to get picked up by an agent. The phone is a very powerful tool.
Right.
I happen to know like a guy, Tony DeBoss, Tony D Comedy. I'll shout him out.
Yeah.
He stood in front of governors with me one night. Was like, yo, I'm gonna start posting 5 videos a day.
I see your videos all the time. Is that him?
No, he's in one of them, but no, but he does his own videos.
Okay.
And he said I'm gonna go on tour in 25. He's been touring for the past year. Yeah.
He's going to take you.
No, he hasn't taken me, but that's all right. I'm doing my videos, trying to do my thing. When the time comes, it'll work out. My friend Sean Brown, he got plucked up. We were hanging out at Governor's doing
Okay.
what we do, and
Okay.
he's on tour with Little Mo Mozzarella right now.
Oh, Little Mo, yeah.
So yeah, another lady, Mary Capone, she was working Governors with me like we do. She's on tour with Zarna Garg right now.
Wow.
She's going to open for her at the Beacon Theater on Friday. So it's pretty sick.
Is that Indian lady?
The Indian lady.
She is funny.
Touring the country with her. Literally touring the country with her.
She is funny.
Yeah.
See, I enjoy her.
And she got famous by doing the videos.
Okay, so let's talk about that. The power of posting videos and people creating a following, right? Seeing you starts with likes, but then you're growing. That's the way it happens, right?
It's all about selling tickets. If you can sell tickets, like I'm going to Boca March 13th. I'll be headlining the Sad Man Comedy Cafe in
Nice.
Boca Raton.
Which is all New Yorkers.
Pretty much. And it's funny, I bumped into Jordan McGonigal.
Oh, I remember the
when he was
McGonigal
down there.
brothers. Yeah.
He came to see me. Eddie Morera, Andrew Morera came.
I remember them
So,
too.
Yeah, like Call Place is small, but it's spread out, man.
And once you start to make a name for yourself, right, you'll see more and more people.
Oh, yeah,
show up.
hopefully,
Class
you
of
know.
95 will be popping in.
I'm trying, you know. I'm trying.
I
I'm
love
posting
it.
videos, making videos, trying to.
If you have not seen his videos on Instagram,
I have a couple viral videos.
do yourself a favor. They're very, very funny. And you get to know him. You get to know you more.
Yeah, it's me. That's me. That's who I am. Nothing's changed. And doing this comedy, I call it living the dream. It literally is.
Yeah.
I'm living like. It's so crazy. The people come up. You were so funny. Like, it may be funny, but that's my plight up there.
Yeah, say that.
So,
Tell them that.
You know, like, yeah. So I do a joke. Make sure your kids are fat people friendly when you leave here. Otherwise, I'll do it in the street. Like the same moms that are like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Their kids making fun of some fat kid the next day.
Oh, definitely.
Like, you know it, I know it.
We all know it. Yeah.
But that's how life is. So
That is how life is. But you did send me a line that said, I'm the person you want to sit next to on a plane.
Mm-hmm.
And you're Ralph's Ice's favorite customer. So we get that.
yeah.
We get that. But yeah, it's interesting. Like, yeah, that's the same. The moms are sitting there. I get it. It's full circle. It's how,
Yeah.
Fat shaming. It's a thing. You think it's more common amongst men or women?
I think both.
Yeah.
You know, but see, a girl, it's tough because like a girl wants to be that skinny model
Yeah.
chick.
That's our
You know,
vision of what we're
obviously.
supposed to look like.
Yeah.
Right?
And then, so they won't date the fat guys.
Hmm.
But then they end up with a fat guy anyway, because once he hits 30, the body starts
It's
changing.
all fat after that.
And then he loses his hair. So
It's all downhill.
It's all downhill. So that guy you go to the prom with is not going to look the same 30 years
This
later,
is a
I
public
promise.
service announcement.
Unless you date a fat guy, because look at me. You can pull up the yearbook photos, buddy. This is
same.
exact.
All true. All right, let's get back to the classroom, which is how we connected originally. So in would come the class, the bell would ring, notebooks open, getting ready for a quiz, pens out, no computers, right? It's 1992.
Scantrons, number 2
machine,
pencils.
number 2 pencils. You had to be on your game, right? There was definitely a decorum of respect. Like, you're there for the teacher. You got 42 minutes to get this across, take out your homework, get your stuff done. But on Fridays in 9th grade, because they needed to be reined in, it was Friday. Friday favorite day of the week because it's Friday. But they all knew on Friday we would play some sort of a game. And I had this game called the Current Events game that I would have mailed to me. And it was written by the New York Times. And it was all the events that occurred, in categories: sports, entertainment, kind of like Trivial Pursuit before Trivial Pursuit. It was broken down to things. You had to know things about music. You had to know things about geography, science. And the kids divvied up into teams, and they got to pick the categories. Now, this guy, for whatever reason, which we learned now was because he would sit with his grandparents in front of the TV, would get all of the answers right for his team. And the smart kids weren't, and the jocks weren't. And he was the hero every Friday. And he was like, yo.
To the point where you put me up against the whole class.
I put you up
sometimes.
against the whole class. I was like, this kid knows his stuff, right? So here's what we're going to do now at the second half of this show. I picked a variety of topics, and I want him to comment on these topics that are socially swirling around. And let's see what he knows and what he wants to share with us about them. So I thought we'd start with the Olympics. I watched right before I came. What's your take on the Olympics?
I could watch some, not all of it. That broom game.
Curling. It was on today.
I'd rather shoot myself than watch that. Skiing, speed skating. I like speed skating, how they
speed
do that
skating.
thing.
Nice.
I'd love to know what I look like in one of those outfits.
So skin tight, no
tight.
air gets
Yeah.
through.
With the tuck my ears in at the top,
I love it. You could push the bobsled.
I would never do that. I'd go down with it. No, that's not ending good.
It's not a good
But go
ending.
USA. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. And here's the thing. We're not ahead in the medals count. This is, all the European countries that grow up in the Alps, they're killing us right now. But we're going to come through at the
It's like
end.
the white kids from New York. They're not playing baseball. They're not playing in the major leagues.
No, because it's not sunny
Yeah,
here now. It's
you got
bitterly
3
cold.
months.
Yeah, Arizona and
Yeah.
Florida kids are killing it.
Yeah.
But okay, here's the other take on the Olympics. when you watch the Olympics and you look at some of these sports, right? Isn't there like such a sense of how are you practicing these things? Like the ski jump, how the heck are you practicing that?
Wait, we used to have kids play heavy metal music in the talent show. Who let them practice that?
I do remember that.
Like, you'd be like, oh, I was like, oh my God.
What was that
is
kid?
that?
Yeah, with orange jumpsuits and crazy.
Yeah.
Slipknot. That's what they were playing.
screaming,
I was always a
I
judge.
cut my mom's head off. Who let them practice that?
We would have a young girl from India do a lyrical dance and lyrical, and she was beautiful and ding. And then all of a sudden the orange jumpsuits came out.
When did Indian kids come to the school? We didn't have them.
The Krishnamurthis. It was a big family.
We would have had a better tennis team.
Well, true. Okay. Next category is the Super Bowl. Now, you just performed, right, in a private show for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What did you take on the Super Bowl?
It was boring.
It was.
I don't know. I saw a meme. People, you know what the big topic is
Of
the
course,
halftime show.
Bad Bunny.
I saw a meme. It sums it up perfectly. Complaining that the halftime show wasn't in English while dipping your chips in guac and salsa is probably not a good idea. But hey, what are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
We're
That's
Americans.
America.
We're hypocrites. That's all we do.
That's America. But what was your take on as far as the game went? Like, you know, it wasn't an exciting game, but is it because we can't get behind it because it's not the Giants or the Jets
or
the Bills? It could have been the Bills.
Yeah, it could have been the Bills.
Right?
It's
It's a shame.
Is it ever going to be a New York team again? Probably not.
I'm a Giants fan. I'm all in. I'm
Yeah.
ready. Next, you know, we got a good coach now.
Jackson Dart.
Yeah, Jackson Dart. Good
I'm
looking
hoping
dude,
the
too.
Yankees do well.
They always do. They always pull it out somehow, some way. Yeah, all right. You know, we're New Yorkers. The
Never
people
happy.
listening,
St.
we're
John's
never
is on
happy.
a roll, though.
Well,
You should
it's
be
my
happy.
school. I'm very
I
happy.
know, yeah.
I'm very, very happy. Go Johnnies. We used to be the Redmen. We had to change that, you know.
Yeah, they. I think they went up to I think they're number 17 ranked now.
They were
and then-
22. So
Yeah, they
probably
beat
have to-
someone else
They
after
beat
UConn, and then they beat someone
Xavier,
last night.
Yeah,
last year.
Patino's son.
Son,
I'm
yeah.
watching. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
All right, here's my next category. Be nice. The number one show streaming on television right now is Heated Rivalry.
I thought you were going to say Bridgerton.
I love that too. But no, it's eclipsed Bridgerton. It's Heated Rivalry.
I haven't watched it. I have to watch it.
Do you know what it's about?
No.
Okay. I'll leave it there. It's about hockey
Is it?
with a twist.
Okay.
Those of you who know, I'll let it go. Okay, how's about epidemics, vaccines, the flu? What's your take?
Oh, man. We're going there, huh?
We're going there because I taught in a school and everybody was vaccinated. Now I don't know.
Man, I don't.
All right, how about COVID? How did COVID impact you?
COVID was
Crazy.
I didn't gain any weight, I'll tell you that. That was good, you know, but
Not 1 pound.
we didn't do comedy, so it was torture. We had to do Zoom shows. They
Yeah.
were horrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, COVID was rough, man. Crazy. I never thought, oof.
That's why I put it on my list.
I never thought we'd be locked in the
Shut
house
down,
like
yes.
crazy. I didn't think that even existed. And I
Right.
never thought we would be legal. So, wow, it's been some crazy ride since 2020. They
yeah.
thought 2000 was going to be the weird one.
Right, all the computers were going to shut down. That didn't happen either. I mean, you should have seen what school was like during COVID. Kids walked around with shields, plexiglass shields, and they had to put them on their desks. And meanwhile, I'm with the mask. Nobody understood what I was saying.
No one asked you to play tennis that
No,
year, huh?
no. My tennis days were over. I was 95, my friend. This was like
They didn't even know.
They,
You kids from 2020, you missed out. Go back to school.
oh, my tennis days. Okay, here's my next category. Greenland.
What are we needed for? What are we needed for?
Well, you know,
Leave those
there's
people
ports.
alone.
We don't want the Chinese and the Russians to have access. There's a lot of valuable, precious metals there and stuff like that. Leave those people alone.
I guess. I don't know. Fight for it, maybe?
Yeah. Do you do anything political in your act?
No. I want everyone to love me.
I know.
I want everyone to love me. I'm not trying to alienate the audience. I do
Right.
make comments like I call Andrew Cuomo. Was it Andrew Cuomo?
Yeah.
Governor nipple rings. So like I'll make that reference, but like I don't. No one knows what side I'm on.
You don't touch the mayor of New York City now. No.
I'm not. We're not. I don't live in New York City, so he
we're not New
don't
York City
affect me.
people. All right.
The garbage is too high. I got 14 feet of snow in front of my house.
I know.
Like,
Still, we all do.
you
It's
know,
really
it's like
ridiculous.
torture.
You don't go after Trump.
No. I mean,
You're going to alienate people.
yeah, I'm not trying to alienate anyone.
Right.
I want everyone to love me.
I like that about
My
you.
political view is I grew up in the 80s, 90s,
Right.
where I was taught politicians were criminals and crooks.
Yeah.
Now they're folk heroes.
Yeah.
Which is fine. If that's what you want your folk hero to be, that's cool.
Right.
But no matter who lives in that big White House, I have to get up and go to work tomorrow. Nobody's changing that. So
I hear you.
unless Instagram makes me famous and I could just do a comedy tour around the country, then I won't have to go to work tomorrow. But as of right now, I'll be at work
As
in
of
the
tomorrow,
office.
you'll
Yes.
be in the office. Count me in. It's interesting that you say that because then there are comics that just strictly do the political thing.
Yes.
Like Dave Chappelle gets very, very political at certain times.
I don't think it matters when you're selling out arenas.
That's it. It's next level.
Yeah.
It's next level.
But you have local comics that push political stuff.
And then they just have a following that
and they have a specific following, yeah.
Okay, so but you're right to say I want everyone to love me. I don't want to alienate any groups. I want to sell tickets.
Yeah,
because
my jokes aren't about changing anyone's political views or making them feel comfortable in their political views.
Right.
My job is to teach people that I grew up being fat. Being fat is rough. That's why I made Blimpin' Ain't Easy. It's an ode to my old, hood roots,
Jay-Z
whatever.
stuff.
Pimpin' ain't easy, but I made it Blimpin' because I'm a fat blimp. And it is what it is. Blimpin' is not easy. You go to a restaurant, you want a booth or a table. You know I don't want no goddamn booth, honey. You know goddamn well I ain't getting in that booth. But that's what life is,
Okay, I like your attitude. So here we are at the point of the show that we like to call our tiara tip of the week, which is something that is gonna stay with our listeners for the week because it's your crowning moment. Now here we are at that point in the show. And the question I'm asking you is, what is the message that you would like to send to people in the sense of when you knew you made it? Now, I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about that. When did you know you were doing what you were meant to do? You made it. And what's the message you're sharing with the listeners?
I always thought doing comedy and headlining, like getting the call to headline was when I thought I made it. I was like, wow, I made it. I'm headlining governors.
Yes.
Like I worked so hard for this. But that first night that I headlined, there was 100 people in the room.
Yeah.
And they all came for me. And that's when I knew. I was like, I touched someone.
Great.
People that have seen me 10 times. I have a couple, Terry and Ramona Gray, they live in Monticello.
Upstate. New York.
3.5 hours from here.
And they come to see you all the time.
They come, they've seen me in Bohemia, Belmore, Levittown, Scranton, Pennsylvania,
Wow.
New Jersey, Connecticut. It does not matter.
just follow
They
you
come out to see me.
and
I'm doing the
support.
same jokes. They come every single time. And that's when I knew it.
That's
I've
when you
touched
knew.
someone.
Yeah.
Like I knew I like,
You made a difference.
yeah, like that's when and again, I'm not, I want to be, success to me is different than what other people view success as.
Okay.
Like my next goal is to do a comedy tour across the country.
Love
I'd love to
that.
do that.
I could see it.
Even if it's a one-time thing, because, that's the goal. I want to do I wanted to headline. I've headlined. I sold out Smithtown Performing Arts Center when
saw
Governors
that on
let me
your
headline
bio.
October 11th.
I
That was
love
pretty
that.
sick. When you walk out and there's 300 people staring at you,
And they're there for you.
and no free tickets. Everyone paid $50 to get in there to see
Love
the
it.
fat kid. So little fat kid. I say it. I'm like, I'm a little fat kid from Call Place.
Yeah.
This is all gravy. Whatever was meant to be, this is extra on top because this is,
Because you're real and you're authentic and you're genuine and people sense that.
and like I'm,
That's
it's just,
that's your hook. That's your hook.
it's the dream. Like I'd love to do that. Like it's just the most amazing thing. Like I don't know, like the
What?
beauty pageant
Yeah.
for you.
No,
like,
that's not my crowning moment.
but no, like it's like a thing. You wanted to do it, so you did it. Like,
Yeah, I challenged myself when I
and
retired.
and this was I wanted to do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I
and
love
I
that.
finally found it. I figured out how to get it done. I worked 5 years begging friends to go to bar shows.
I love that.
And then Governors is like, yo, you want to do? And
Jump
then,
up.
And then they let me headline. Like, there's 500 others that are dying to do that.
They
So-
gave you your
and
shot.
then that translated into, oh, the other club I'm past that in Pennsylvania, we're going to headline you. Like,
it snowballed.
yeah. I worked with a guy named Ismo. Took me to Atlantic City, perform in front of 1,500 people to open for him, you know, so.
It's just going to be one person in the crowd that's going to say, this kid's worth it. You show up on time. You write your own material. You're the real deal.
Yeah, I'm living the dream. It's crazy.
I love it.
I pinch myself all
I'm
the
happy
time. Like,
for
is
you.
this real? Like, this can't be real, you know?
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Jay, this is great stuff. And here's my other question. How often do you have to write your jokes? How often do you have to re-prepare and all that? It's a lot. Just
It's not easy.
Getting for this show, it's like I sit down like a school teacher all over again.
It's not easy. You try to, sometimes you do a new joke and it doesn't hit.
All right.
You know, you'll tell it to your 4 friends and they're like,
They
oh my
loved
God,
it.
that's just, I did one the other night. Crickets, not one person laughed. And I did one, my friend was like, that's hysterical. Oh my God. So he was filming me. I'm like, film it so I could get a good reaction.
Yeah.
Literally, you could hear one lady here and one lady over there laugh.
That was it?
I'm like, Silvio, 2 people left. I guess you're an idiot because that wasn't funny. And he's like filming and it's just
It's
like.
so subjective, though.
It is. Comedy's
So-
subjective.
But your delivery and your timing is really good.
It's all about that. It's the sizzle, not the steak. People see me. Governors has a lot of regulars. And
Yeah.
people come up to me like, I've seen you 40 times and you're funny every single time.
Love that.
And then when I see the regulars, I try to add new stuff.
Yeah.
Even if it doesn't hit as good, at least they know I'm trying new
You're
stuff.
trying new stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I do a
staying
joke.
fresh.
I do a joke about I got asked to open for a cover band 4th of July.
Yeah.
And the audacity, the guy calls me up. He goes, Jay, you're not going to do the same jokes you did in May when we first saw you,
Is this-
are you? Real story. I'm like, bro, you do realize you practice someone else's songs, right? Like,
And you do them all the time.
and I was telling that to a guy, a headlining comic, DC Benny. I told him the story. He starts hysterical laughing at the bar and goes, yo, go up and do that on stage. I'm like, really? He goes, go do that. And I did it, and it killed. And now it's killing on Long Island. So
Do you get nervous?
no,
You love it. You
this is
feed
one-
off of it.
there's a group of kids called the Bomb Squad, young 20-year-olds. They work Governors with us. Joe Cravella, Nick Maloney, and Luke Piccioni. They're like, you're always so calm. I'm like, 3 things are going to happen. You're either going to kill, you're going to bomb, or you're going to have to work for it. Either way, I'm going to be up with the adrenaline running.
Yeah.
But that's the worst. The worst that's going to happen is the bomb.
Right.
No one wants to do it, but like you said, comedy is subjective. It
Right.
happens.
It happens. Star Search?
Yeah. I
Let's
would
do
love to
it.
be on Star Search.
Let's
You
do it.
we probably could have been like, you know how they have the national spelling bee? I could have probably been like the Indian kid from Call Place.
The current
Of the
events.
current events game in the 90s. You screwed me on this.
I didn't know there was a national level.
35 years later, I'm finding
Sorry.
out I could have been a famous
Sorry.
guy. I could have been like the News 12 scholar athlete for current events in the 90s.
Tennis and current events.
Here we are.
First time ever. Tennis. Hey. Okay.
You know how many Asian kids beat me?
That's their sport at Carl Place. Anyhow. All right. So here's what we're going to conclude with. This was great, right? So, I mean, here's my summary. I've always felt like I was destined to become a teacher because I knew I had a gift to communicate with kids and I knew I could relate to kids and I knew I was smart enough to teach them subjects that they didn't really want to know about. But when they sat in my class, they were engaged, they were listening, they were respectful, they showed up on time, all the little things that matter. And at the end of your teaching career, you say, you know what, I didn't make a fortune, but I made a difference. That's what you're feeling.
You made way more money though. You got a pension. I don't.
I have a
but
pension,
yeah,
yes.
That's what I feel. Yeah, but no.
You're making it.
I'm
That's
trying to
what
make a
you're
difference.
feeling.
You're absolutely right.
So
Yeah,
I
without a doubt.
know from talking to you now that's the good feeling you
Yeah.
have, and
I'll
that's
tell
what
you
brings
one
back.
thing. We went to school with a lot of asshole kids.
Mm-hmm.
Harsh to the women. I'd never seen any boy come out of their face nasty to you.
Never.
Never.
Never. You know why? When you give respect,
Yep.
you get it back,
Yep.
right? And the kid that's struggling and is an asshole and a pain in the ass, there's always a context to that. And I always took the time to figure out why.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's,
Yeah.
that's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it. All right, so I'm going to give you my royal invitation for the next show, which is on the 24th of February. We're going to meet Mr. Boris Mikhail that you saw in the commercial. Boris is a person that I've met at a variety of expos where he sets up shop for Edward Jones, his little investment company. And he talks to people, mostly on the senior circuit, 55 and over, about services that he provides. But the difference between Boris and all the other people that are there is he is a genuinely personable, interested man, and he connects with people and is really very, very careful of how he speaks to them about their finances and their futures and their retirement, etc. He's going to talk to us about the 4 pillars of retirement, which includes health, family, purpose, and finances. And it's going to be a very interesting show because he and I connected over coffee, and we talked about having twins, and I found out that he has not 1, but 2 sets of twins, and how he manages 5 kids and a financial planning business is very, very interesting. So on the 24th, we're going to meet up with Boris. So I want you to enjoy your Valentine's Day, which is coming up. I want you to enjoy your President's Day, right? Let's focus on the good things that George Washington and Abraham Lincoln did for this country. I will never, ever stop touting those 2 gentlemen. Chinese New Year is going to soon be upon us. It's the year of the horse. You might want to work that into your tennis repertoire.
I ride a horse on stage. Come see me. You're not far. Come out and
You have
laugh
to
with
go
the
to
fat
Queens
kid.
and perform and talk to them about tennis. You'll kill Queens.
Flushing?
So, in Flushing. So we'll have that. And then, of course, it's going to be Mardi Gras soon. Ash Wednesday is upon us, and it's going to be the celebration of Mardi Gras, the closing of the Olympics, the completion of Black History Month. February is jam-packed. But what we really want to see in New York is it get warmer. We
God.
want to see it get warmer because
50 degrees, please.
It's been brutally cold here, and we're done. We're tired. So thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed Fat Jay. Please look him up on
Fat
Instagram.
Jay's World on Instagram.
Fat Jay's World on Instagram. You will chuckle out loud. And if you get a chance to see him, where will you be performing next?
I'll be at Governor's this weekend.
This weekend.
Friday, Saturday.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
Good for you. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Stay warm and have a great love fest. Good night.